can have it all.
So it's the 6th annual Gran Canaria Pride film. You know, that means the 7th ever Gran Canaria Prides, and I've been to them all. Over the years, you find there are regular attendees, the likes of Lee and the likes of me. In fact, I think that's the only regular attendees that have been for all the actual Gran Canaria Prides now. But what you find is that other people become regular, the likes of Patrick, the likes of Andrew, the likes of Munchie. It's great to see how the gang grows every year.
My thoughts before the holiday was I didn't really have any, just knew it would be same old antics, what we always get up to. Too much vodka, too much sun, too many laughs. Same old, really.
So this year was a completely different kind of view on it, so I was really looking forward to coming out, and I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a really good week. I've actually enjoyed it more this year than I did last year actually. It's been fun. It's been a laugh though. It's been good to see everyone again, but glad to be good to get home.
I was looking forward to coming back because it was going to be better than last year. Couldn't wait to see everyone and see a few people in the year, but to get everyone back in the gang again and the year on went very quick, and it's been a good week so far.
Can't fucking wait. So need it, so need alcohol, and so gonna have fun.
It's all the gang being together as one team, being a whole group again, seeing how many more people that could join our gang as well.
So there's also new people, the likes of Daz, the likes of Phil, the likes of Jay, the likes of Little Lee.
Gareth kept going on about this Gran Canaria Pride. He even invited me once. I was so close to booking it, but never did. So this year I decided, just do it. You know, what have I got to lose? Just book it and see what happens. If anything goes wrong, it's just a holiday at the end of the day.
From what I've heard from Lee and saw from your last videos and productions, just craziness really, and it's lived up to it.
It was great to see the atmosphere. People made the holiday, and with being myself, I didn't feel like I was on my own. Everyone got on together and we all enjoyed ourselves.
The people that come back each year change slightly. You kind of come the first year and you don't really kind of know them that well, and then each year you come, you find out something a little bit more about them, and then you find that, you know, they've changed slightly because of things that have happened during the year as well. But the new people that have come, like, you know, Lee and Little Lee, and that's been really good actually, because, you know, they bring a different dynamic to the group.
Wherever anybody flies from, they arrive at different times during the day. And for me, the most important thing was to see the reactions of the people as they actually arrived. Take Daz, you know, on that first night when he actually arrived from Manchester, you know, how much alcohol had he actually drunk on that night?
Okay, so the flight had started, but prior in duty free we'd been and bought a bottle of vodka. As soon as the bar came around for the plane, we bought one drink. One drink gets you a cup, so the vodka starts flowing. 4.5 hours and we drank an entire litre bottle of vodka, and then there we were in Gran Canaria. You've seen the bits when I met Gareth. How much more drunk could I be?
The day we turned up and everyone was so pissed that it was just funny seeing everyone like that, and we had to quickly catch up and munch all over me as usual. Little Lee has been a brilliant fucking laugh all holiday. Never met him before, just made me laugh.
My friend.
It's my friend now.
Gareth had kept going on about these people that he'd met in Gran Canaria, and I'd seen a couple of them on the DVDs that Gareth had showed me, but still, you get a very good idea, but you still don't know whether you're going to click with them or not. I've got to say, Nigel Munchie, who is the funniest person I've ever met on holiday ever in my entire life. Philip, Jay and myself had an absolute brilliant night. The night called Nancy Night.
It might be a bit odd, but I have to say that the funniest night for me this year, Lee and Patrick had wandered off somewhere else. I'm sitting at Pub Nester, Leon's there with his camera, and you've got Phil and Jay and Daz and Munchie's there, and there's like the old girl singing by the side of us.
Next thing you know, Munchie bounces up.
And I started to do my musicals. That was funny. That was so funny. Those boys are brilliant. I love those boys. They so have made my holiday as well. It's really nice meeting them.
I just turned around and said to Munchie, "Are you looking for a Nancy?" Munchie's accent, it should be Nancy. When I think back on the holiday, and I'm sure I'm not talking out of turn for Jay and Philip, but it was our best night of the entire holiday.
On one of the nights we went upstairs and me, Nigel and Kate all dancing around on the pole. Nigel got so drunk, managed to chuck Sean's bottle of water all over him, and then he stood outside on the stairs, pulled down his pants They showed everyone his bottom and how wet he was. That was probably quite a funny moment. I managed to soak Patrick, and then I managed to soak Pete, and in the process of soaking Pete, I also soaked Andrew's back. He's very upset. Thought his phone wasn't going to work. It did work, so no problems there.
Boat trip was one of the most highlights of my holiday. It felt like everyone was together as a whole crowd again. Lee just rounded off the boat trip as per usual.
The boat trip was perhaps a little bit quieter.
It lacked something this year, and I actually think what it lacked was our own people on it. I mean, Lee did his usual performing seal act, and I know he's not probably going to like me very much for saying that, but you know, but he did his usual bit of act. But even I think he got a little bit fed up.
When you watch the edited moments, when you watch the highlights of it, when you watch the best bits, you know, during this film, you see that, you know, Lee was there, he was doing his bit, it was still funny, it was fantastic to watch, and everybody had a good time. Look at the lesbians that were sat with us. They were so quiet when it actually started, but by the end of it, they had feathers in their hair, they came to see us on the Friday night at the main stage show, and they were there for the rest of the holiday.
It didn't kind of go as well as the other ones. Now, what I'm not sure of is that because of the people that were on it, and I think some of it is, or is it because we've done it so much?
Again, it was the feeling, warmth, you got the atmosphere. You couldn't really fault the boat trip itself. It's one of the most exhilarating experiences I've ever really been on.
The thing about Gran Canaria Pride, and I say this every time I do these closing memories, is that there's certain fixed events that you know are going to happen. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you've got the main stage shows in the Jumbo Centre.
No, I mean, all the shows were much. Last night's was rubbish, but yeah, Friday and Saturdays were good. No, Thursday and Fridays were good.
I've not really seen them because I'm only 5'7", so and we've been stood like quite far back. So Nigel's been my show.
The shows itself weren't all that great. To be honest, I think favourite parts of the show for me were probably Bearforce one was quite good. The casino show that they put on was really good. There wasn't anyone who really stood out for me. I thought the Weather Girls were dreadful.
I actually thought, you know, Thursday was a good bit of warm up for it. I liked the Friday show. I thought the Friday show was really, really good. Weren't overly impressed by the Saturday show, I have to say.
And then after the wings, I see Calvin and Holger from Pub Nesta. They came over and they said, will you do us a favour? You know, is there any chance that you can film the main stage show that's going on tonight? I've got a show on, you know, the next night and a show on the Saturday night. Is there any way that you can help it? I've got to say, I've done lots of filming at Gran Canaria over the years, but the sheer exhilaration, the sheer thrill of sitting there, or standing there even, with a camera, and Leon stood there, and I said to Leon, just stand there and film.
I was just like took back in a sense, but it was more of like, wow, we've got such a role to play. It was more privilege and honour, to be quite honest with you.
To stand there in front of the main stage show was just absolutely amazing.
It just feels like we played such an important role.
And for me, the best moment of that entire holiday is just being there and being part of it, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And you know, 2008, I did it. Friday show is going to be the best for me. You've got Kelly Wilde doing, you know, Gloria. She's doing Maria, the Blondie track, and then you've got Keith George, Boy George Experience, doing his stuff. Saturday show was a bit odd. It wasn't the best show of the week, but there was a great moment in that. Okay, Maxine Barry was fantastic as Shirley Bassey, but for me, Bearforce 1 stole that. Basically, it's Fat Man in a disco having a good time, and it was just hysterical.
Parade was very good. Seeing your face when Keith come down in drag was so funny.
My
and
face?
It was a picture.
My face?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Pride Day was brilliant. Absolutely awesome day, even though it crucified me feet-wise, but it was a really good day out, such good fun.
Really enjoyed the parade. It was fab, except for the sun and the blisters. And it was good that Keith got dressed up as well in drag. That was brilliant, and it was nice to meet little Lee as well, and his costume was fantastic.
And the parade was brilliant as well. I mean, not the same as last year. It wasn't the same as last year. It wasn't as much fun as last year's one.
It was brilliant. Really enjoyed the Pride Day this year. Costumes were absolutely brilliant again this year. You know, people tried to outstage people and whatever, and to some degree it worked.
But for me, that moment, you know, you expected Radley to be there in pink and feathers and blue feathers and whatever he was wearing, but to see Keith come around that corner dressed in all those blue feathers, and you know, it was just absolutely amazing.
To start Gran Canaria Canaria 2008. I had a really good time. I didn't know what to expect, but it was that good we've booked again for next year. I'm really looking forward to seeing Munchie again. I've not seen him in a year, but I'm sure we'll have a brilliant time.
It was fun for me to be with the crowd this year. Roll on Gran Canaria 2009.
All in all, brilliant holiday.
Will you be back?
Yeah. I'll be back next year and I'll be in drag.
Can't wait for next year. I got another 4 days to go.
I'll be back. Flutter shoes this year, I think. I don't want stigmata feet by Friday. And then maybe back next year, who knows? We'll wait and see.
I've got mixed feelings about this holiday. I think I'm not in the right frame of mind for it this year. I think I've kind of moved on a little bit, but we'll see if I return or not. We'll see. If I don't return, it'll be the only film that I'm not in.
It's been a really good year. You know, there was a couple of traumatic experiences, but they're expected now. Luckily, I haven't been involved in any of it this time round. I think the difference between this year and where we were last year is Lee and I have kind of got more closer as friends, and that's been a good thing. And I do hope he comes back next year, because to some degree, you know, it wouldn't be the same without him. But it's an absolutely brilliant experience. It's a great holiday, and it's great to actually just come away with some good group of people and go home with kind of feeling that you've kind of met people that you're going to kind of see, you know, time to time and keep in touch with.
To see everybody get on was fantastic for me. There's the regular gang, Lee and myself, and then there's the new members, Munchie and everybody else that gets on with the gang, and then new people joined in and had a fantastic time. But people that have been there 1 year running will want to go again the next year. Well, we're talking about next year, Gran Canaria 2009, boyfriend Mark's going, you know, our friend Alan's going, and all I can say is the regular people, you better watch out, because Gran Canaria 2009 is just going to be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, cheers.